Alright, it's going. Hello, my subscribers, of whom are currently few. So yeah, sorry about the lack of Final Fantasy X, but I sent you guys an email saying, yeah, my emulator did indeed break. Which sucks, because I was really enjoying playing that. But, I also sent you guys an email asking if you'd like to see me, see a video of me reading my book that I'm writing, which is based on the game Titan Quest made by Iron Lore a while ago. Some people called it a fanfic. I don't know. I call it my book. I've been working on it on and off for a while now. But, so yeah, I figured I'd read this. I actually have it up on my desktop right now. I'm gonna show you guys the setup real quick. It's the story over here, and Google Translate over here. Because I did go all out on this. The beginning part of the book is based in Greece, so I did turn some of it into Greek. So yeah, no time like the present to get started. Telmus Alcander's Redemption, by me, obviously. Telmus, you go too far, Zeus bellowed at me. None of the other gods looked too happy either. Come on, dude, chill. How was I supposed to know that doing a cannonball in the Pacific would cause a mess this big? I can fix this, trust me, I said, soothingly, receiving glares from everyone else in the room. That's what you said about Mount St. Helens, bellowed Hephaestus. In Indonesia, shrieked Terra, and on, and on, and on it went. Look, guys, I know I've screwed up a little this century, I soothed, getting snorts from everyone. But is there really any damage? The humans moved on, rebuilt, repopulated, and go on doing whatever their fickle, self-absorbed hearts want. But what if next time you screw up so badly you end up wiping out the humans? Ares roared. Who would honor me after battle? Who would pray that their party went well? Who would attract Athena by studying hard for their puny little math test on Wednesday? No one. No one would be left. And then you would be responsible for all of us fading away, causing this planet to end up like Mars, a dead planet, he boomed, poking me in the chest, while getting nods from Dionysius, Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite. Poseidon stood, gesturing for silence. Good, I thought. Poseidon's backed me up time and time again. All in favor of stripping Telmus of his power and dropping him into the Grecian time period, he said calmly, looking right at me. I'm screwed. Looking around, I see the hands of Athena, Ares, Dionysius, Hera, Zeus, Hephaestus, and Poseidon raise, like the blade of a guillotine. All against? Poseidon asked Poseidon solemnly. Sorry. Aphrodite, Apollo, Artemis, and I all raised our hands. Telmus, son of Hephaestus, you are stripped of your godhood for the good of humanity, Zeus growled. You are banished from this age of man, to live in the prime of the Greeks. There is, however, a chance of redemption, if only you look hard enough. Suddenly, I was looking up at all the other gods in all their 20-foot glory. My power was yanked away like a blanket early in the morning, leaving me cold and very aware of my predicament. Standing in a circle with me in the center, the gods joined hands. A blinding flash and a sword like no other appeared in my hands. The long, dark blade seemed to absorb light, blurring the blade a little. The sword seemed to be alive, pulsing in my hands, like a heart's gentle beating. This is... Hold on a second.
Παρατηρητής του χρόνου.
Which translates to Watcher of Time. Back to the story. An item created before even the Titans, and it is your ride. It comes from the age before the Titans, the Great Age, a reminder of a predecessor that could humble even us. We know little of its use, other than we can send mortals back in time. We are not cruel beings, however. Hephaestus? Zeus asked. I, Hephaestus, god of fire, patron god of smiths, bestow upon you Telmus Alcander. Hold on a sec. I gotta screw with Yeah, I probably should plan this in advance, shouldn't I?
Την εξουσία να αισθανθεί δεν αισθάνεται τη θερμότητα.
Which translates to the ability to not feel heat. And, sorry guys, I gotta do this again.
Εξαγορά έρχεται αλλά από τη στιγμή.
Redemption comes but once. Do not hesitate, Father rumbled. I will not disappoint you, Father. I'll be back. Wait, why am I speaking in Greek? I bellowed up at him. Be gone, commanded Zeus, pointing at the blade in my hands. Watcher of Time began glowing in my hands. The gentle heartbeat sped up, becoming more and more powerful. Roiling tendrils of darkness sprouted from the blade, sucking in light now instead of absorbing it. Curious, I pushed down the feelings of loss and anguish, to watch the tendrils as they formed a cage around me. Good luck, Poseidon murmured. See you soon, punk, growled Ares. Screens of darkness began closing the spaces between the dark, pulsating bars as I said goodbye. If only my wife was here, I thought. No! Screamed a woman behind me. As if my thinking of her had summoned her, my wife, Iris, goddess of the rainbow, came charging up the great marble steps of the council room. It's okay, honey. I'll see you soon, I yelled, the final screen starting to impede my view of my goddess. I'll meet you there, wherever you are, she wailed. Okay, see you there, I said with a cheeky grin, keeping a calm face for her sake. The final screen came down with the smoothness of a judge's gavel, but not before I heard my wife's final message. I love you. On the walls of the dome, empires rose and fell, countries waged war and declared peace, and new animals were created and wiped out. But I saw none of this, thinking about what my wife had said. I'll meet you there, wherever you are. How was she going to do that when I had Watcher of Time? Looking at it, I realized it was no longer in my hand. In fact, I couldn't see it anywhere. Above me, the roof had a single white sphere. Even as I looked at it, the sphere stretched itself out, gaining a tail. The tail continued to stretch, encircling the dome, cutting through the images displayed in the walls. The images began to slow, finally settling on a clearing outside a village. The white line met at the bottom of the dome, making an identical sphere to the one above me. The white began squeezing the walls, forcing them closer and closer to me. Before long I was cramped. I felt one more squeeze, and then I tumbled out onto the dirt path. Feeling all my previous strength drained from me like water in a pool with a hole, I looked around. A cart was coming down the road. Would they pick me up? Things are in the gods' hands now, and you're not one of them anymore, I thought to myself. Floating through the murky swamp was my subconscious. I was disrupted by the voices of children, 2 boys. You think he'll make it? He's been in bed for a while. How many days now? 4 days since Mom picked him up on the road to the beach. Who knows how long he was there? And then they were gone. I was back in my subconscious. Iris was in my arms, jet black hair hiding half her face from me. I said something, and she smiled, her smile as glorious as the setting sun. Then I was looking up at her, her face hidden by a jet black curtain. I ducked under the curtain, and was greeted with her tear-stricken face. Wiping her eyes, she looked down at me, tears welling up just behind her big green eyes. I reached out to comfort her, and as my hand touched her cheek, I awoke.